My name's Mark Perrin. I'm the head groundsman at Crystal Palace Football Club. We're currently in the Barclays Premiership, doing quite well. The club's based in South East London, Croydon to be exact, and I've been here for just short of 9 years. We've got the club itself has been at this site since 1925. We've had some ups and downs, and probably more downs than ups, but that's football in the lower leagues for you. But at the moment, like I said, we're doing quite well. We're in the Premier League and looking to stay here. As regards staff that we've got here, there's myself and Dean who base ourselves here. There's 3 other staff at our training ground, which is a small training ground, as a lot of training grounds are in London because of the high population. So we have 3 staff at the training ground: Gareth, Sam and Niall, and they look after 3.5 hectares. Complete weed control franchise, I just see that as a great opportunity for myself. I believe, with it being a national company, the core of the business is very strong, and that's what first attracted to me. It attracted me to the franchise. As regards anything personally, I think there's great room for expansion, particularly in the fine turf side of things, and that's what's attracted me to it in particular, because I think hopefully I can bring some experience into the fold there, and like I say, there's a lot of room for expansion. Well, I've heard of Complete Weed Control because I've been using them during the course of my groundsmanship career, which started in the early 90s when I was at Stockport County. We used Complete Weed Control services at our training ground then, and then when I've moved to down south to St Mary's College over in Twickenham, we had a site there that needed weed spraying and various other services that completed, and being a bit sensitive, conservation area, a lot of staff and pupils about, and I needed spraying done in a very professional manner, and in a way that was, I would say, quick and easy and out of the way before we got too many comments about spraying pesticides with darling children just nearby, that kind of thing. So it worked well like that. When I've moved to Crystal Palace, obviously we used to do our own spraying to start off with, but I found that when our sprayer broke, we've got to get somebody in to do it, and rather than pay to have a new sprayer, buy a new sprayer, we'd started off in small bits really. We just use them on the odd occasion, but over the years I've been impressed with the service, so we've moved from just the basic weed control to spraying fertilisers and plant growth regulators, and they've taken on quite a large chunk of our fertiliser programme. Obviously it's a big upheaval for me, because I'm moving from South East London, where I own my own property and I have a job, and my wife works and has a job. We're giving that up, and we're moving to the Cheshire and Staffordshire, Shropshire territory. So we've got to obviously sell our house and buy property up there. So that's the big upheaval. But I just feel it's something that I've got to take on now. The opportunity arises, and we'd have to wait. If we wait until the house was sold and stuff like that, we'd be here for another year or so. So I think it's just too good an opportunity to miss. So I've got to move now, and we'll deal with the personal issues as and when they arise. The fact that we're amenity assured and we have that level of professionalism means a lot to me as well. I wouldn't want to work. I'm not particularly interested in working for a company that doesn't have that kind of accreditation, because I think that this is how it's with legislation, the way things are going. I just think it's a case of people are looking for reasons not to spray pesticides these days, and to cut down it where they can. And I think that kind of level of professionalism is very important, and it's very important not only to me but to people who are potentially using our services. So far I've found them very professional. I was impressed with Ian and Alan when I first met them at Soltex last year. no pressure or anything to get anyone signed up. It was all very much driven by me to try to sort of like, you know, they kind of wait and see how interested you are, which is fine, because, you know, at the end of the day, they get a lot of inquiries from people in the same position who are thinking, well, you know, that sounds like a good company to work for. So I'd say they've been very professional. I've been up to head office. I've met the staff. I've met Petra, Josh, Ben, John, and again, very friendly, very professional. I've just got a feeling of a very close-knit team working up there, who are going to support me, you know, in my initial, you know, nervous few months of getting started. All through it, being completely reassured by them, for my own purposes, really, that I'm doing the right thing. And of course, you know, it's not just me; there's my wife as well that's going to be, you know, involved in all this. And I thought it was important to involve her in the process. Whilst I'll be the franchisee, you know, you need that level of support at home, and I certainly want her to be involved in the business where she can. And I think Ian sort of and the rest of the team have just sort of made a very welcome, and, you know, put any sort of initial anxieties that she may have had to bed, really. So that now she's completely on board with it. The challenge ahead, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, very, you know, nervous starting something new as you would be, but like I said, I think the potential for growth is there, and I'm really looking forward to getting started, and can't really get going soon enough. You know, I'm sort of mentally already there, if you like, and I just think it's going to be a great partnership.